Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's exclusive Ask Me Anything session. I'm your host, Khushi, and I'm delighted to have you with us. Our topic today: how developers can stand out and grow faster in global tech organizations, couldn't be more relevant in the fast changing tech landscape. So, in this conversation, we will explore the perfect mix of technical and soft skills that help developers shine, strategies for thriving in diverse cross geography teams, and why continuous learning and networking are essential to staying ahead. We will also discover what it really takes to accelerate growth as a developer in global setups, from sharpening technical skills to embracing continuous learning, from understanding business context to cultivating leadership qualities. We will also touch upon how developers can leverage AI, global collaboration, and purpose driven innovation to make their mark and grow faster in their careers. So let's learn how developers can truly shape their growth journeys and become future ready leaders in global tech organizations. Without further delay, I'm honored to welcome our distinguished guest speaker for today's session, Mr. Manish Kotwani, Global Head, Human Resources and Corporate Services at C5i. With over 25 years of progressive experience in human resources, he has built organizations and nurtured careers across diverse sectors, including HR consulting, KPO, professional services, technology, analytics, and insights. He is passionate about aligning HR strategy with organizational vision and has successfully conceptualized and implemented global as well as local people programs. A strong believer in creating a great workplace culture, he is also a keen philanthropist. He also holds a master's degree in human resources from Jamnanal Bajaj and is a certified HR mergers and acquisitions and total rewards professional by AON. It's such a pleasure having you, Manish, here with me today.
Pleasure is all mine, Kushi. Thank you so much for having me over.
Thanks, Manish. So, now without further ado, I would like to get started. So, to
Sure.
begin with, Manish, firstly, I would like to ask that what do you think in today's competitive global tech landscape, what qualities really help a developer stand out from the crowd?
Okay. So I think first and foremost, look, I have a lot of respect for developer community. We are functional experts, but when I see developers developing these cutting edge software programs, platforms, products, it speaks of one thing: their deep understanding of the domain and business of of a client organization, understanding of the problem statement. What are they trying to resolve for? Because these two are the fundamental foundational steps in my view, which become the starting point for any cutting edge product, platform, or technology that's out in the market. Having said that, it's not just about having conceptual clarity or having understanding of the problem statement, but it's also about qualitative development that's crucial. They're often things that I hear about Indian developers, that they are one of the most intelligent, they are one of the most hardworking, and they build great platforms and products and applications. But having said that, yes, a little more of qualitative orientation is something which can really help drive a world class product which is scalable, can evolve, and can really be agile and developed into something even bigger. So I would say yes, problem solving. I was talking of exceptional development skills, understanding domain, understanding the business problem statements, and conceptualizing or articulating that the conceptual clarity into a beautifully built output that goes out to the customer to resolve for the problem statement.
Right, Manish, very well explained. And as you see that coding is one thing that everyone seems very peculiar nowadays. So beyond this coding expertise, which soft skills do you think are essential for developers to grow faster in large and global organizations?
In my personal opinion, I would say communication skills are extremely crucial. Most of our, and it's a great change that I'm seeing every time we go to campus. Every time we are now hiring in IT developers, we are very pleasantly happy to see that these are young, dynamic set of individuals who can articulate their thought process. It's not just about understanding the code, but it's also about articulating how that code is going to augment, materialize, and post implementation, how will the application resolve for the customer's needs and requirements. So I would say communication skills are crucial. Storytelling is important for you to be able to narrate it exactly the way in which it's going to be working in an implementation stage. That's two. Important thing as well is, I would say, today we India is the IT, is a back office to the IT industry of the world, right? So which essentially means that we are consistently catering to customers from US, from the UK, or all of Europe, or APAC, or Australia, and so on and so forth. So we are consistently interacting with individuals across different geographies, different culture. Being able to understand culturally is also equally important in the process of applying communication and applying storytelling, because you definitely don't want to say what can be offensive, right? So those are some important elements, I would say.
Very well said, and definitely these are some key points that definitely the budding enthusiasts and also the budding tech leaders in the space really want to be aware of and then take their actions accordingly. So moving forward to the next segment, as you see that culture and communication are two key assets of today's tech landscape. So, working across geographies brings these cultural and communication differences. So, what's your advice for adapting and thriving in such diverse teams?
uh, First things first, having cultural curiosity. I mean, I remember in our yesteryears, about 2 decades ago, when we would work with customers overseas, we would have that excitement about working with an American customer, with a European customer. Having that excitement obviously also makes you inquisitive to learn about, uh, their culture, their organization, the way a large global organization operates, and how does it differ from the way you operate. So I would say having that curiosity is the first important step to begin with. Applying your consultative skills, consultative problem solving skills in understanding the customer, understanding the problem statement, understanding the goal, that you are, or the purpose that gets you to an engagement, is crucial. Understanding different technologies at play, and are you really understanding what architecture framework is the customer and their organization working on? Do you have an opportunity to value add on top, or are you making recommendations which are dated? Is going to be crucial. Your conceptual clarity, and how you put forth your conceptual clarity in a very beautifully story narrated format, is going to be important in winning deals. Most importantly, I would say, then comes the phase of execution, which is all about quality. It's all about a build out phase, before you go ahead and deploy. But yes, I think there are certain more important stages and phases that are crucial, in not taking your customers for granted, because global organizations today are paranoid about security, about making sure use of ethics in developing programs is crucial. So how can you articulate, narrate, all of those important aspects, and actually deploy them, and ensure the customer is confident about what you're out there to deliver? And it's not just a phase of development and deployment, but it's also about agile augmentation that can follow in years to follow.
Yes, Manish. And definitely, as you mentioned, articulating and then also moving with the reskilling that is also required when global
Absolutely.
organizations are actually, making this something very important and very considerate while they're also revisiting all of this plan.
Yeah.
And amidst today's, the main thing that we can see surging is the layoffs thing that is
Yeah.
happening. So, as you see with the recent wave of layoffs across the tech industry, what can developers do to stay resilient, remain employable, and often they can continue growing their careers?
Yeah. No, I think first things first, we all have to take a step back,
Yes.
accept and believe that this is going to be a way of life. We are no longer going to be an economy or a global economy where something remains, forever, right?
Yeah.
Gone are the times. Today, there are things that are happening across the globe which were never heard of. We never heard of a Microsoft laying off people, or a Google laying off people, or
Yeah.
an Intel, Lenovo, or those kind of large enterprises and organizations and tech firms, doing laying off people. But look, there is a reason why all of this is happening. We first need to take a step back, understand what drives it. Technology is taking a huge shift. Use of AI, ML is making this entire business operate very differently. And the faster we accept, the faster we then take a step to acquire appropriate skill set, because we're also learning, we're also growing, the world is growing, the world of tech is evolving. It's only important for us to understand how we can evolve with time, we can evolve with skills
Yes.
to remain relevant, and ensure that agility is only the new normal. Learning is only a continuous learning process, as opposed to you learning something to develop and deploy a project. Okay. uh, have a mindset which is focused on value creation, and not just on job delivery, because the moment you're only sticking to delivering on a particular assignment, you are limiting yourselves, and you're being very myopic. It's crucial that you look at the larger picture. You are way more ready and prepared to keep moving from one assignment to another, and with help of skills that you're developing, be inquisitive to learn about new projects, participate in hackathons that can consistently open up new ideas, new avenues, opportunities to solve for different problems. Know what's really happening in the world of tech, in the world of business. What are the new kind of problems that are emerging? We look at how security, cyber security, how data security, how ethics in AI, and various topics which one can always say, look, I'm a developer, really does not none of my business. There are teams that do it, but understanding the overall value chain and the ecosystem, and why each thing and each layer is important, only makes you more entrepreneurial in your mindset. And applying those skills and thought processes in your day-to-day job, while you consistently learn and evolve, is the only way to remain relevant and keep growing.
Yes, Manish. And as you mentioned, the as AI is coming into the picture, which skills do you feel that developers and everyone worldwide should actually focus on, which also boosts the AI that is coming in the picture?
So I would say, look, AI and ML are today, in at least in our business, the most relevant, skill sets, and we are consistently driving a lot of programs, upskilling our talent to be able to, one, come up the curve, or two, reach a level of, I would say, extremely high proficiency in the way they can deploy AI in every piece of application development. We call it augmented AI deployment in every application. So how we can make sure that that continues to be a way of life is going to be crucial. So those AI and ML are crucial skill sets, I would say. Outside of that, adding layers of security, and having a secure having a mindset that drives security at every layer, whether it's development, whether it's deployment. That's going to be another crucial element that every developer needs to apply. uh, so those are some skill sets, and I would say, yeah, I mean, if you have a follow-up question, I'll be happy to take that on.
Yeah, yeah. So with these, continuous learning is very essential with all these key elements that you just mentioned. So as we see that it is often talked about, the continuous learning thing, but what are those most impactful ways that developers can also upskill and then also stay relevant in such a fast changing industry?
Yeah. I think firstly, identify your purpose. It is crucial to know, not move around like a headless chicken. It's firstly about knowing which direction do you got to get into, what is the definite path that you want to take. Align your learning process, methodologies, frameworks, to the same. And then, yeah, there are plethora of platforms, learning platforms, learning methods that are at play. You can not just learn, but there are sandbox environments where you can practice your learnings. You can do coding. You can practice. You can look at the quality of what you're developing and how it's going to pan out in life phases. That's going to be hugely helpful.
Yes, definitely, Manish. And as you also mentioned that with this upskilling and reskilling part, professional networking, as we see that both
Yeah.
offline and online, they how can they help accelerate a developer's career growth as well?
uh, all I would say is jo dikta hai wo bikta hai. So
Yeah,
if you are that ace developer, that's doing some cutting edge work in technology, it's not just enough for doing that, but also
right.
how well do you showcase your work, how well you are, remaining. You're staying relevant with the community that you're a part of. You're participating in various tech platforms, forums. You're exchanging your ideas, thoughts, and views. You're participating in hackathons, buildathons. One way of it is it's not just about building a visibility. It's also about networking with people and understanding differing skill sets that people bring to the table. It's great
Yeah.
to learn from each other.
Yes.
You're not the only one. There are Every individual brings unique talents, and you cannot learn unless you interact. You get to know. You read up. You look at simple things like the way you use LinkedIn or other social media platforms to showcase what you're doing, or put forth your acknowledgments, sorry, accomplishments. And you never know when you catch the eye of the right founding member of a startup or a large technologist or a technology company, and the bunch of people who are really eyeing for great sharp talent. I mean, we keep reading about how Mark Zuckerberg is consistently eyeing that superior talent and is willing to throw away millions of dollars, and even more, as he finds and gets hold of the right talent. So I think it's only by doing real high quality work which you believe will solve for a real life problem statement for organizations. It has to create value. If it's not creating value, you will be one amongst the millions. Don't be the 80,000 people that are sitting in the stands. Be amongst the 24 players on the field who are doing some meaningful work, creating value that can become a beautiful story for others who are following. So if you can manage to be there, I think, and you can position yourselves well, you're surely going to make it big.
Yes, definitely. And Manish, as you mentioned that some unique talents are always required to, keep going in this process. So would you like to quote some a such example that you might have witnessed in the past few months that you would like to mention also for, keeping developing and also upskilling with this part?
Yeah, so I have come across some brilliant AI technologists in our organization,
Yeah.
and you know what? They are helping us build. So clearly, I would say why I have a lot of respect for them is because the domain is ours. Human resources. We are trying to build certain applications, so we can hire better, faster. Carry out auto screening, resume searches to matches. Doing or robotic interviewing. So there are a lot of things, but the beauty of some of these technologists that who are not just developers but who conceptually understand what that platform is going to do for our customer, for the organization, what is the end result is going to meet, how that end result is going to lead to tangible ROI, what is going to be the thousands of hours of time that it's going to save, what's going to be the millions of dollars that we are going to gain by catching hold of the right talent. Look, they're technologists. I don't understand expect them to understand human resources or recruiting as a field or talent engagement as a field or priorities of an organization that it can derive from hiring great talent. But when they apply their business acumen, combine it with technical skills, and put forth a solution that addresses our need at the first go. I think I've been hugely I would say impressed with what they bring to the table. So I would say, yeah, problem solving is key, and making choice of the right set of technologies and tech stack that you have to be up to date with, and which is what could be a huge differentiator when you bring it to your stakeholder and say, look, this is what I'm going to use to, and this is how this is going to change life, and this is how it's not just the most evolved but also a scalable platform for you, so you don't really have to keep changing every now and then, but you can only build layers and layers on top of what we've built to articulate value. I think that's what has been very impressive over the last few, I would say, months, that we've been building some things at our end.
Yes, and it also becomes a part of the cycle as we, look ahead to the journey.
Yeah.
And from that comes the next question, that looking ahead, what are those emerging skills or mindsets that will actually define the most successful developers in maybe the next 3 to 5 years?
I would say lifelong learning mindset is crucial. Problem solving mindset is crucial. Uh, Value creation mindset is crucial. You may be a software developer, but you're responsible for generating revenue for multiple organizations. Do you understand how your platform, your product, your application is generating revenue for your customer? If no, please invest in understanding a little bit of getting that commercial orientation of how you're generating value for them, and that's going to be crucial. Understanding business trends and how they're emerging, because businesses are changing. The way businesses were run to how they are being run today has changed significantly. If you understand patterns, the world of work, uh, customer evolving consumer behavior, evolving organizational customer strategies, I think you can take all of those learnings and apply them to what you do every day, and be a huge roaring success. Don't just take your job in isolation, but how you apply the method, the technique, the art and the science behind it to build what you're building. Articulate it exceptionally well. Do not fear. Think systematically. Present and speak logically. Build for a story which is very compelling. Outcome is for you to witness, I would say.
Yes, Manish. Great perspectives, I have to say, because these are something that everyone is looking forward to with the changing shifts in the tech landscape for sure. So, lastly, I would like to ask you that what do you think about the Leader Circle program here at TechGig, and what are your views on this initiative?
No, I think this initiative is brilliant, because and it's needed. Like we always say, we all keep complaining about the academic system in India. But I believe there is a lot that has changed and evolved over the years. Uh, Universities, campuses are playing a huge role in making education very relevant. Similarly, a lot of platforms which are enabling skill development are equally important in applying those skills in building prototypes, investing in R&D, and getting our technology community and developer community much closer to real life, solving real life problem statements. And then organizations like yours that are building an organizational and uh, you know connect between the community, that's really going to build for them. It's so important for us to be able to relay what's the need of the hour. How what lens do we use to eye and assess talent? What are our expectations? If that helps them to customize the way they think, customize the way they operate, uh, you know turn things around and become the new you, there's nothing wrong. I think it's going to be hugely valuable and can go a long way in enabling success of our developer community.
Yes, Manish. And thank you so much, because it's always encouraging to hear that it's also helping bring industry leaders and developers together.
Absolutely does.
Okay, so with that, we wrap up this exclusive Ask Me Anything session on how developers can stand out and grow faster in global tech organizations. A heartfelt thank you to you, Manish, for joining us today and sharing such valuable insights, real world examples, and forward looking perspectives on how developers can actually truly differentiate themselves in global setups. From building cross cultural collaboration skills to adopting a growth mindset, and from leveraging new age technologies to aligning with organizational purpose.
Thank you so much, Kushi, for having me over. The pleasure is all mine. I genuinely enjoyed interacting with you and all everybody who's been listening to us.
Likewise, Manish, it was really great knowing from you, from your personal insights about how we can actually, go ahead in this changing tech landscape, of course.
Thank you.
So this is your host, Kushi, and it was an absolute pleasure hosting this AMA session. Thank you for tuning in and have a great day ahead. Stay tuned for more such conversations from TechGig. Until next time, take care and keep innovating.